Welcome to How to Cake It. I'm Yolanda, and this week I am going to cake a Baskin-Robbins double warm cookie ice cream sandwich. Do you need to hear that again? Double warm cookie ice cream sandwich. Thank you to Baskin-Robbins for sponsoring and collaborating on this video. I'm going to recreate their double fudge and peanut butter chocolate cookies and strawberry and cookie dough ice cream for this cake. What kind of cookie and ice cream would you want in an ice cream sandwich? Let's get started. Okay. I began by making a 6-pound portion of my favorite vanilla cake and dividing the batter in half. Then I dyed half of the batter a light pink like strawberry ice cream, and then I poured all of my batter equally between 4 8-inch round pans and baked my cakes. I'm going to remove these cakes from their pans, level them, and cut off the caramelization from the bottom and all around the sides. I have one recipe of my Italian meringue buttercream, and I've divided it in half, and I'm going to dye one portion pink to match the pink cake. I'm going to simple syrup all 4 layers of my cake, of course, with the help of Sir Squeeze-a-Lot. And then I'm going to fill my vanilla cakes with vanilla buttercream and give them a nice crumb coat, and fill my pink cakes with pink buttercream and give them a nice crumb coat. That's one of my main cake goals.
I was going to say, like, a goal of any cake is to be crumb coated.
Put it in chilled. Like baking a cake goal, crumb coat and chilled. These are the staples. Follow my cake goals on Instagram.
I'm using a cake show. That has to count for something.
Okay, that's a cake goal. That's pretty good. I've never done that. While my cakes are chilling, which are going to be the ice cream part of the cake, I'm going to move on to making the cookie parts of this cake. For the double fudge cookies, I'm going to recreate them using brownies. I'm recreating the peanut butter chocolate cookie using a peanut butter blondie. A blondie is kind of like a brownie without chocolate. That's why it's blonde. And yes, it has more fun. I'm going to take a sharp serrated knife and just round off the top edges. I've never made a peanut butter blondie. I just took my blondie recipe and adapted it with peanut butter, and oh my goodness. I will definitely include the recipe in my blog at howtocakeit.com. There's a link in the description below. And then I move on to my brownies, and after I trim off the edges, I also just cut some random little dips in the top, you know, like a cookie, you know, like with ridges, like it's baked and there's all these sort of creases, and it looks really yummy.
You can't eat that yet, yo. We need to get through the video.
Okay, so anyway, I made the cake and I made the ice cream. Bye! Imagine. Time to roll out fondant. I've dyed some fondant the color of peanut butter, and this is of course going to cover my peanut butter blondie. To stick the fondant to the blondie, I'm just brushing on a thin layer of clear piping jelly. And to create the sort of creases in the cookie, I'm basically pinching the fondant between my fingers. Now I flip my fondant back over and drape it over the peanut butter blondie, and then just smooth it down with my hands, smooth it all around the edges, and cut away any excess with a sharp knife. Next, I'm going to move on to my double fudge cookies. I'm using chocolate fondant for this, but I've dyed it a deeper, richer brown with a bit more brown and some black food coloring. And create those same pinchy lines all over the fondant, and then I flip it back over, and this time I decided to sort of pull apart the creases a little, because you know how a cookie looks? I don't know the word. What's the word? Cookie canyons, yes. I believe that's the correct term, Jocelyn. I wanted the top cookie of this sandwich to have texture, so I'm going to add chocolate chunks. I've taken like a big baking bar, just broken off the individual chunks, and then I'm going to melt a couple of squares and use that just as a touch of glue on the bottom of each chunk and press it right down into my big jumbo cookie. They even have white chunk macadamia nut cookies and dark chocolate chunk cookies. So leave a comment below and tell me what you tried. My cakes are 8 inches wide, and I need them to be 9 inches wide to match the width of all 3 of my cookies. So before I ice my cake, I lay it onto the bottom of a 9-inch round cake pan and lay that onto my Lazy Susan. I'm gonna start with my pink cake, and I'm gonna ice it all around with my matching pink buttercream. I wanna ice with sort of like a swirling motion because I want it to look like, well, ice cream. Now I'm gonna take my peanut butter cookie and lay it on top of my strawberry ice cream cake. And then I'm gonna flip the whole cake over. Flip! We should flip the whole thing. Can you guys do that?
We should flip you.
No, you could just flip the camera.
Flip the screen.
Not me. Now I'm gonna take my double fudge cookie and lay it on top of the cake. I spread a little bit of buttercream before to make sure it sticks. Now I'm gonna flip it back over. Flip! You see how I flipped in the other direction? Now I'm gonna place my vanilla cake onto the bottom of a 9-inch pan, ice it in the same way I iced the pink cake, and then I'm gonna pick it up and carefully lay it onto the peanut butter cookie. Once my vanilla cake is on top, I'm going to add my final double fudge cookie with the added chocolate chunks. You know, I could have caked a regular Baskin-Robbins warm cookie ice cream sandwich, but why would I do that when I could have double the ice cream, double the fun? Which reminds me, this is another week of our It Takes Two giveaway. Cakes are all about sharing, and if everybody asked a BFF to subscribe to my channel, I would hit 2 million way before my birthday in July. That's just math. That's the only kind of math I like. Tag someone in the comments below that you know isn't subscribed to my channel, and if you're both subscribed, you will be entered to win 2 matching Cake Goals t-shirts. And you can wear them to Baskin-Robbins and buy some ice cream with your side ponytail. This cookie ice cream sandwich needs some toppings. So the bottom on the strawberry ice cream has sprinkles. So I've got to make jumbo sprinkles. I have some white fondant as well as some fondant that I've dyed 7 different colors. And then I'm basically just gonna keep some shortening close by, rub it on my fingertips, and pinch off little bits of fondant and roll them between my index finger and my palm. And then I just sort of like curve them a little and set them down to dry. Now, repeat that 400 times. They took a long time. Can we do a time lapse of just making jumbo sprinkles?
I don't think anyone would watch that.
And then I made a recipe of my eggless cookie dough minus the chocolate chips to add to my cookie dough chocolate chip ice cream. I made my cookie dough a day ahead and chilled it. Then I took it out of the fridge, cut it into quarters, and I basically just used my hands and like created morsels. It's time to get these toppings on my ice cream sandwich. I'm just gonna fill my palm with some jumbo sprinkles and begin to press them into the sides of the pink buttercream. And you actually wanna do this after you've chilled your cake for just a little bit. If you do it right away, well, your hand will just squish in. And if it's completely cold, the sprinkles won't stick. Jumbo sprinkles bring me so much joy. Not so much making them, but looking at them. Now it's time to add my cookie dough morsels and giant chocolate chips to the top half. I'm gonna use chocolate kisses because I think they look exactly like giant chocolate chips. I'm gonna start by adding some here and there, pressing them into the buttercream, and then I'm gonna take a few and cut them in half. And this is so I can press them in deeper so they look like they're like really in the scoop. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? I want to hear you say yes.
Sorry, yes.
Okay. Guys, I get a lot of questions about what I do with some of the models I've used on the show. A lot of you wonder where Walter is. I swear I didn't eat him, but I am going to eat today's model. Thank you again to Baskin-Robbins for sponsoring and collaborating on this vid. Be sure to head into a location near you and try out their brand new warm cookie ice cream sandwiches. You can mix and match from 4 different cookie flavors and over 31 different ice cream flavors. The possibilities are endless.
Yo, we need to sign off. We gotta finish this.
Signing off, everyone. Oh, and don't forget, It Takes Two. Tag someone and subscribe, and I'll see you next week. I'm now gonna list all 31 flavors that are available.
Oh God.
You ready for this? I have to read it. Bananas Foster.
Blackberry frozen yogurt. Blueberry sherbet. Blueberry cheesecake. Turtle chocolate.
Oh no, cookies and cake! Love Potion number 31. last chocolate. Woo! Got it all? I know I made your life easier. Come over here, you cookie sandwich. I'm not done with you.